Hi Capricorn, I am here to do your special transit, Venus transiting Cancer, okay? I'm doing a series for all the signs, all right? Which I don't usually do just on a regular Venus transit or Mars transit as of now. But I'm particularly doing it this time because it happens to run alongside a major conjunction between Mars, the North Node, and Uranus. In addition to some major squares in the sky, including one to Saturn, your ruling planet, which is in Aquarius. So I do expect for some, major change to take place in some of your own lives and or the lives of your immediate families or networks over this period. So for that reason, I've decided to do a special on it. That said, please make sure you listen to the intro because I do go over some themes that I think might pop up in regards to Venusian figures in our lives around this time, all right? In addition to getting into, this is Tesla. Do you mind a blanket? Here, Tesla. No. Okay, playtime. Can you nap? Want a nap? In addition to getting into some Venusian themes in every single one of these spreads that I'm doing, okay, and goddess themes, all right? That said, I'm going to pull your oracle cards, okay, that I'm using as leaders for some of your spreads, for all the spreads actually, because I redesigned the way I was doing the spreads to make them much more detailed since it's a longer transit. It will reach a crescendo actually, like probably right after the transit and thereafter, because there will be some life changes for some people and some transitions of one kind or another in various parts of your lives, depending on how it impacts you. That will continue past the transit, and there is a full moon in Aquarius, okay, on August 12th. So, and I will do a lunar special for that with a spread for every single sign. That said, I'm going to grab my tea and I'm going to begin, and I'm going to pull your cards while I go over the general chart with you guys on the ascendant and just give you some general notes, okay? That said, Capricorn, you guys probably felt this. I mean, whatever is coming up in the pipeline now is stuff that's been brewing for a long time, ready to be processed on an internal or external basis. There was probably some sense of heightened tension around the time of the full moon in Capricorn because it was so close in placement to Pluto, okay, and made other aspects. I will link that reading below. I've already linked other eclipse readings that may have an impact on this and discussions therein that I've discussed in the intro and stuff like that, which will also be linked in the playlist below, with some of the general storylines that I expect to, take hold, or we may see play out in one way or another in the intro section to this series, okay? This Venus is moving through your 7th house if you are a true Capricorn rising, okay? That is the house of partnerships. That is also the house of, contracts, partnerships, business partnerships as well, okay? Things revolving around marriage contracts, things of this sort, things revolving around business contracts of any kind. A place of great friendships and bondage that we do in regards to those, and frenemies of one sort or another, okay? And you guys are already like facing somewhat of a challenge due to Pluto. Due to Pluto's full moon, okay, which took place in your sign, okay, near the latter degrees of Capricorn last month. So you may have had just some heightened tensions around that time, especially in the first house or whatever house your sun or moon are in. If you are in here for a Capricorn sun or moon that is not in the same house as your ascendant. Okay, that said, this Venus transit will trine any of your water placements in Pisces and or Scorpio, okay, which will be especially beneficial and a nice feeling whenever Venus trines personal planets or placements. It's usually pretty beneficial, okay. Let's see, that said, that would be your 3rd house if you're a true Capricorn ascendant, okay, of communication. You may find goes off rather well, or you have communications in regards to beautifying your home or family legacy or things like this that are just much easier to discuss around this time for some of you. Conversations with siblings and immediate networks may go over, you know, a little more swimmingly. Additionally, it also rules your 11th house of networks. If Scorpio would be in your 11th house of networks. So you may find networking to be a bit easier at this time, with some beneficial influences and maybe some galas or things of this sort that you attend at this time, which are rather nice and have, you know, a sense of Venusian opulence or beauty to them. Okay. All right. Insofar as the Uranus transit, okay, Uranus will be trining any of your placements, especially Uranus and Mars, especially if you are in the middle decan of Capricorn. All right, I think that those will be unusually beneficial for those of you that do have middle Capricorn placements. Okay, for those of you with placements in any of the signs squaring that, okay, in Leo, in Aquarius, in any of the fixed signs, opposing it would be Scorpio. All right, you know, while you will have trines from Venus, you will also have square, you know, an opposition in Scorpio to anything that you have in Taurus. Okay, which may create a push-pull around some movement that you want to initiate or others want to initiate around you at that time. Okay, into the houses that it rules. Okay, so like I said, Scorpio ruling your 11th house, your 5th house would be, you know, romance, creativity, children, joy, happiness. Okay, these have been changed probably significantly since Uranus started going through Taurus. Okay, back in latter 2018, 2019. Okay, you probably experienced some extreme shifts. All right, and the 5th house. All right, you can also have kind of lightning bolts of creative ideas or invention around this time. Okay, you will have a drive to move creative projects forward, and you may also have a increased sexual drive around this time. Okay. Aries rules your 4th house of home, okay, and Mars, the 4th house of home, will be in Taurus. So it may be that there is some changes around the home and romantic front that point to a future forward way of one sort or another, and some sort of changes are kind of, you know, in session there, okay, and ripe. All right, these are changes that have probably been brewing for a while. However, you know, you may actually have some events that, you know, push them forward, okay, especially as Mars, the ruler of Aries, okay, moves in further, you know, closer to Uranus and the North Node, okay. Additionally, if you have, let's see, with Venus passing through your 7th house, you may have new partners enter your life, okay? Venusian-like partners. There can be a birth of children sometimes. I mean, my daughter was born when Venus hit my 7th house, you know, so it's not always a love interest, you know. You know, it is a time where these energies can appear in your 7th house, or also people. Okay, representative of Venus-like figures in your life can appear or enter, and that can be in business as well. Okay, does not have to just be in love. Oh my gosh, this Demeter is so hot right now. You are popping here with Demeter, okay, on this, but no. I have, any of you that have cats and have any suggestions on whether those little, I don't know, nail coverings work, please let me know on the community page, because I have this little kitten and her nails are very soft right now. They will not be for long. They will not be for long, and I don't want to declaw her. I know that everybody considers that to be not kind of passé now. So, right? Do you want to lay up here? Then I'll get you the blanket, but you can't lay in the middle of the spread. Okay? You cannot lay in the middle of the spread. I thought you were napping. Anyways, so these things may occur right now, okay? Especially as Venus moves through your sign, okay? Additionally, Venus rules Taurus, okay, which I already said is the ruler of your 5th house, okay. So again, you may have, you may make new creative projects, okay, that are tied up in contract with either, you know, a Venusian-like theme or a Venusian-like person, okay. So if you had a creative project that you were doing a contract on, it may arise during this transit, okay. You may form business alliances in regards to creative ventures around this time, especially since it rules your 5th house and it will be transiting your 7th house, okay. It also rules Libra, okay. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to, you're gonna have to stop. Libra, all right, okay, which, you know, is your 10th house of career. So again, I find that, you know, because you guys might really, have a lot popping off between, in other words, if you have a romantic interest or a love partner that you actually want to get in business with, this may occur over this stead or time. Alternatively, you may have a creative project of your own that's artistic in nature or just, you know, different and has Venusian vibes to it. It could be, you know, renovating your house and beautifying it. I mean, it can be as simple as that, okay? That you may be forming contracts, you know, in regards to. You may be taking out, another way you could see this played out is taking out a mortgage or a HELOC or a secondary mortgage on your home or another place to beautify another place. This would be something that could occur at this time, especially if it was for a creative project or endeavor around the home, okay? So it doesn't always have to be like, oh, I wrote a book or something of this sort, you know, the way that these will play out for you. You will feel some tensions though, that come in, okay? Because there will be tensions coming from Aquarius. There will be tensions coming from the transits that are passing through Leo, which will also square, which will make a grand square, okay, to Taurus, okay? So you may feel pressures from people that, you know, have placements in Leo that you are intimately involved with, and or people with placements in Aquarius that you're intimately involved in, or you may just feel pressure in regards to those areas of your life and the planetary placements that they hit and rule according to your house, okay? So for instance, like, you know, Aquarius is your 2nd house. That rules your income. That's a Taurinian theme in and of itself because Taurus naturally rules the 2nd house, okay? But additionally, you have Saturn there. So you've been through some harsh lessons and restructuring as Saturn has passed through your 2nd house, okay? You know, you have a desire for great stability. That is your ruler passing through your 2nd house, okay? But additionally, you have, anytime Saturn passes through a house or passes through a zodiac sign, it always leaves a karmic blessing at the door if you do the hard work required and you do it in line with good principles, okay? If you do not, you may not get a karmic gift at the end of that house, you know, at the end of it passing through your sign. Additionally, though, sometimes Saturn can present too much of old and not enough restructuring or new. Okay, and Uranus represents new lightning bolts, chains, revolution of some sort or another within our own steads. This is falling in your 5th house, okay? So you may feel pressures in regards to old ways of doing things and a new thing that needs to be reborn in these areas, okay? And in the houses that have discussed it hitting, okay? That could play off in various ways, okay? Additionally, okay, with Leo ruling your 8th house, okay? That is death, taxes, inheritance, deep sexual relationships and bonds, things of this nature. You may feel pressure from your children. You may feel pressure from concerns regarding, you know, who's going to handle what after a large divorce, okay, or, you know, your exes or things of this nature may come up at this time, all right, where there may be some transitions or changes regarding these matters, okay, and they may be subject to you know, a radical reinvention or change because of what's occurring in Taurus. You may actually have something occur with one of your children that requires immediate attention of one sort or another, that you need to, you know, have a child at your home, or, you know, temporarily go to your child's home, say for the birth of a child. okay, or something of this sort could also pop up. Anyway, I'm just giving you guys a couple examples here. I'm going to pull some astrology cards for you, and I'm going to get into a reading. I just, I don't want to make everybody think, this is going to be some time of, extreme, despair or Armageddon or anything like that. No, it certainly, it is not going, I'm not here to do that. But it is a major transit with some major squares attached during this transition of Venus through Cancer. So I just kind of want to, give you the various ways that it can play out. Let's see. If you are pulling here with the Mentor and Demeter, okay, on the first line, as well as Lorelei, okay, which is, so I'm getting these Piscean and Virgo themes all at once here. And some of you may be expecting a child or have a child. Some of you may have brought a child into the world over this transit of Uranus, okay, of one sort or another, okay. Others of you may be dealing with splitting assets or long drawn out processes related to child custody matters and things of this sort, following a divorce and or splitting assets and things of this nature, okay, that have gone on, okay, that may reach a resolution or a heightened sense of trouble prior to a resolution. And now you are pulling another Virgo card, okay. Virgo will be trining this, Virgo will be trining, making trines, any placements you have in Virgo, okay, as well as persons that you know in Virgo, as well as the places that Virgo rules in your particular chart, okay. It's the natural ruler of the house of service, self, health, the 6th house. But for you guys, if you are a true ascendant here, all right, then that would be your 9th house, okay. Higher learning, education, travel, exploration, natural ruler of the 9th house for Sagittarius, okay. You are popping here with Virgo, 3rd house, 12th house, and oppositions. Okay, so you will have oppositions on your partnership realm with Venus, all right, to your own sign, okay. Additionally, there will be oppositions to Scorpio in your networks, which I've discussed. So you literally could have a change or upset in your networks around this time, okay, of one sort or another, all right. With the 3rd house popping off here, okay, that is Pisces, and Neptune is in Pisces, okay, which can kind of create a lot of creativity around communications, but also some disillusionment around and deception around communications, all right, for you and or others around this time, okay. It is in positive aspects to, the sun, which was at the end of Cancer at the beginning of this transit, okay, and Ceres. However, that will transition here as it goes over the course of this Venus's transit through. Let me just take a look at this for you. I'm just trying to take a look at all of these. I also see that if you guys are born by the Sagittarius Capricorn cusp, you may have somebody new or old enter or exit your life, particularly if they have placements between the cusp of Gemini and Cancer and the cusp of Capricorn and Sagittarius, okay? Just the way I do my charts. I do see that there is, some good health, that can be tapped in here with Virgo ruling your 9th house. Some of you may have a desire to travel more, all right, and literally those travels may relate to things that I discussed, dealing with children, 5th house, it matters, creative projects, things of this sort, okay, joy, happiness, all right, these will be trining, but you are pulling here the goddess of harvest, okay, linked to the story of Pluto and Ceres' daughter, which can sometimes bring up issues of children, okay, and separation from children, also coming back together with children. You're pulling it with the mentor, and you also have Virgo here. So I do anticipate, which I already did anticipate, that Virgo would be a hot spot for you guys. If you have placements in Virgo, again, I see those trining this change, so I see that as positive for most of you, although it may be unsettling for some of your older systems of doing things, or it may upset other structures around you, okay, even though it benefits you in one way or another, if that makes sense. As long as you move with good intention, and are on, you know, not trying to do anything nefarious to others, I see it going well for you. For those of you that, you know, do get involved in over controlling Plutonian-like behaviors instead of using Pluto to transform yourselves, it may not go well. So beware of that, okay? There is a finger of God formation in the middle of this around August 1st, okay, between an area of Leo, okay, which will later be met by the sun, but will have an apex with Mercury, which is the ruler of Gemini as well as Virgo, okay. It will form like an apex between, you know, a triangle between an aspect in the end of Capricorn, which is Pluto, and Neptune, okay. There is a midpoint placement there of Saturn, even like more setting off kind of the tensions between needing to move towards reconciliation of some project or idea, all right, and having a lot of in-depth knowledge and good, deep spiritual thought for transformation, okay, the sextile between Pluto and Neptune, being challenged and interceded by Saturn, the old ways, the old structures, and the need to control. Saturn can be controlling. I mean, Saturn tried to eat his own children to prevent them from being better than him. So Saturn can be controlling, and Saturn can be limiting and restrictive, okay? Here, let me just do this real quick. Again, that's your 8th house. So there may be issues where there is a need to use your mind to make new structures, but it's like it's hard to reconcile these areas, okay, and either coming from outside pressures or from your own pressures on yourself and what you have going. And I do believe if you just stick to what I said in regards to really moving from good intent and motive, you know, that change will work out for all of the signs in various different ways, depending on, you know, their personal charts, okay? In regards to fire signs or fire placements in the 8th house, you have Jupiter, okay, in the, you have Jupiter in your 4th house of home. Again, this is Jupiter trining in the 4th house, transiting your 4th house. It's going to be trining everything that's going through Leo, okay, the sun and Mercury and all these things as they pass through Leo, okay. This can make those issues bigger. Okay, Jupiter can expand. It can bring a lot of joy and prosperity to those areas. It can also expand the issues and problems in those areas, and that are going to demand attention because of the squares to Uranus and Mars, which are emanating from Taurus and squaring all of the fixed signs out and opposing Scorpio. So I hope that was helpful. I'm going to pull a couple of these here. All right. These, you're pulling here with Moon Dance, okay, so I do see the middle period, and you're also pulling with Lullaby here. All right, and over here you have Kali and Freya and the Cave and the Shaman. Okay, so some of you guys may actually be seeking out some alternative methods of health and restoration at this time, okay, or have someone around you that you go to for advice on alternative methods of healing. All right, you guys might decide to take like a trip out west to go, you know, do a sweat lodge or something like that. You know, for some of you, you may. I'm just kind of getting that vibe here. All right. With the Cave, I also am having like, you know, issues of, you know, Plutonian themes pop up here with this Cave, all right, and deep introspection. In addition, you've popped here with Aquarius for Freya, for the goddess of Freya, okay, and with Sagittarius. And again, Sagittarius is your 12th house. So again, the Cave can be introspective in the 12th house, all right, so, and, you know, that anything going on in private, in your, you know, which would be in Sagittarius, and particularly they used to call it the place of bad spirit, but it's also a place of awakening. It's also a place of understanding. It can also be a place of challenges on an inward level that sometimes are not always shared with the external world, or are very, very private in one way or another, okay? Here with the Cave and and this Kali popping up with the shaman in the cave, I am getting some 12th house vibes here. So I don't have all your charts or know your placements in Sagittarius, but Jupiter will be trining those placements that you have in Sagittarius, okay? So again, they can make those things bigger. If you have Neptune in Sagittarius, that can increase drinking or disillusionment of one form or another when it passes near there. If you had a moon in Sagittarius, especially if it's in your 12th house, it can, you know, heighten feelings of emotional instability around certain things around this time for you, okay? Because Jupiter would be making the emotions in the 12th house bigger, and if you already had a moon in the 12th house, that would be something in and of itself, okay? So these aspects can, you know, Jupiter especially, it will be making beneficial aspects to things that are passing through Leo, all right? If you have a Venus or, you know, another placement in Leo, or in another fire sign, it can, you know, provide a benefit. But if you know, if you're in here because you're a true Cappy ascendant, that is your 12th house. So that is a very secretive and dark space. So it can, you know, enlarge issues going on there at that time. So just be aware of that. Okay, you're pulling here with Sappho, Elizabeth I, Albert Einstein, and Oscar Wilde. All right, so these are just themes, you know, that I've pulled, you know, in general, because we will have a lot of archetypes appear in various ways, depending on, you know, so you may have people or individuals that play a role of this sort or another, all right, that pop up here, okay, in whatever, you know, plays out on this kind of grand zodiac stage that we have, this kind of rare mix of aspects that's, you know, going to create quite a wave for some people and a lot of well-needed change for others, okay? That said, for my Capricorn, I'm going to pull for this mentor aisle. Here with this first aisle, you've pulled the Ace of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Ten of Swords. Okay. I do feel like, you know, some of you are, you know, with this mentor aisle here, you know, again, you're having some sort of, you know, endings and beginnings. And there may have been some communications. I'm getting this for you guys, that there may be communications cut off, or you feel that communications are cut off from somebody that you care about deeply. Could be for some of you over this course of this period, with Ten of Swords falling under this third house of communications, okay? That could be hurting you in one way or another, all right? The Four of Pentacles here warns against, you know, can, you know, discuss, you know, keeping tight-lipped about some things, can also be indicative of holding on too tightly, being greedy in one way or another, okay? But here with the Ace of Swords, it's like there's some realizations about this that are coming through for you at this time, okay, popping under the 12th house, okay, either whether it's in yourself or others, that these realizations are coming to the fore, okay. The Four of Pentacles is indicative of tightening your belt, can also be tightening your mouth, okay, or holding on to your money and not properly giving and taking where you should, okay. You may be examining these things within yourself right now, especially if you or someone you've been involved with has used money as a form of control, whether in regards to a marriage, whether in regards to children, whether in regards to whatever it is, okay. Take it as it resonates, Capricorn. I do see the Fool here, and then the Ten of Swords. So you may be processing these things in yourself, okay? Where do I need to give more in regards to my children? Where do I not? Where do I need to give more in regards to my spouse? Where have I used money to control, or others have used money in a manner that has controlled me that I want to transform or change? Could be going on, and thoughts in regards to these matters could also be going on at this time with 12th house oppositions to, you know, the 7th house I've discussed, and these third house items popping up here, okay. I do see a lot of inward exploration right now going on here, okay. On this cave, You're popping with the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. So it does look like here there has been a period of introspection, okay, in regards to at least one significant relationship, all right, which may have to do with an old or new soul tie, losses of soul ties in the past. You know, you may really be ruminating on an internal level here, Capricorn, on some things, because I got the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. And again, you're represented by the King of Pentacles or other Virgo, Capricorn, or Tauranian placements here are. Okay, so I do feel like these revolve around major relationships in your life. Okay, Two of Cups, you know, does not have to be a love relationship, but I do see a period of deep introspection here going on and occurring. All right, and the Three of Wands is at the bottom. And it may have to do with, you know, you re-examining your large relationships, or, you know, especially as families grow and develop and change, whether from divorce, death, or remarriage, or things of this sort, you know, this periods of transition, you know, naturally pop off these things. So for me to see them here tells me that, you know, at least the Capricorns that I'm pulling on in here are in touch with these feelings, okay? And these items that are going on here, okay? Insofar as this Elizabeth I, it says, have the heart of a man and the body of a woman. I would rather be a beggar and single than a queen and married. A clear and innocent conscience fears nothing, okay? For Sappho, we have love is a cunning, is a cunning weaver of fantasies and fables. Someone in some future time will think of us, and what is beautiful is good, and who is good will soon be beautiful. Okay, so there is a theme there of, and Sappho is also sometimes an asteroid looked at in astrology, for those of you that follow modern astrology. But you know, there is a thing here of a theme here of a very strong woman here so far, as well as beauty from the inside out. Okay, these could be popping up in you, all right, and your realizations over this time. They could also be seen in other people around you around this time that may play out in various themes. Here we have Albert Einstein. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear, and the distance between two objects is always relative, and the simplest things are sometimes the most complex. Okay, and I see that dichotomy kind of going on here with all this 12th house thought, 3rd house communication, and major transition going on in the 5th house that are also popping off in your 10th house and other houses that I discussed, okay? Oscar Wilde says, I can resist everything except temptation. That's pretty funny. Hearts are made to be broken, and true friends will stab you in the front. I absolutely believe that. Okay, so if you or anybody else has stabbed anyone else in the back, or used finances, resources, or anything of this sort, or Venusian-like themes to control or manipulate, there is a time here I see of serious reconsideration of those things, persons, places, and people in your lives, okay? I see it here, okay? At least for the Cappies that are popping off in here. All right, let me have this Ace of Swords here. On this Ace of Swords, you got the 8 of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Lovers. There could be some sort of moving back, okay, or reconsideration of a choice in love here, or desire, or truth spoken, or wanting to speak to someone, okay, that you felt at odds from, or that you walked away from, all right? That's being reconsidered at this time with the Ace of Pentacles and the Lovers and the 8 of Cups in reverse. Okay, otherwise, for others of you, you could be holding on to a walk away a little too long here, or a breakup. Take it as it resonates. Okay, you could be languishing over a decision on whether to literally, because I have the Fool followed by the 10 of Swords. It's like there's something weird there when the Fool followed by the 10 of Swords, you know. And then the 7 of Swords, lying, stealing, cheating, manipulation, and or maverick-like moves is popping out here. Okay, what is this for? Here with the, here on this Fool, I got a 3 of Wands, indicating waiting here or turning your back on some sort of partnership here. Again, going along with this theme, this could have to do with for some of you, a choice in love that you felt like was the improper choice, and or a cutting off of something else here, okay? Could also involve a divorce or child custody matters, okay? Splitting up of assets or a home, for some of you it could, okay? I have a King of Rods in the reverse here, indicating a masculine energy bent out of shape, acting out in a reversed King of Rods-like manner, maybe temperamental here. In one way or another, a Queen of Rods in the upright, okay? Or this King of Rods could be out of sorts because of a breakup of some kind, okay? On this, because it's like something ends as soon as it starts here. What is this Ten of Swords? This Ten of Swords, I get the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. So again, Capricorn, for some of you, you may have another earth energy here, or this is you for some of you, may have engaged in some sort of dealings here that were not exactly above board. For those Capricorns of you that are experiencing some kind of Platonian issues here, all right, that have played out in a way that have made you want to just overly assert your control, all right? They could be showing up here, okay? And it may have backfired on you in one way or another here, all right? Interference, for those of you that that's resonating with, are going to know right away. For those of you that have, you know, played the other hand and this has been somebody else messing with you, you also know right away, okay? But I have a couple, and then I also have a king appearing, you know, elsewhere here with a Seven of Swords, indicating that this King of Pentacles, why is this Seven of Swords here? Ace of Swords, the Truth, Six of Swords, and Ace of Cups. I do feel like for some of you there was a breakaway from another King of Pentacles, or you are this King of Pentacles and somebody broke away from you. They may have broke away from you doing the lying, stealing, deception of some sort to do with the relationship, or some sort of interference here that was unfair, okay? You know, where you may have played a role in this, okay? On the Seven of Swords, I have the Ace of Swords, the Six of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Cups. So it's almost like a going away or wanting to come back together with somebody here to mend something. For some of you this may be, okay, due to some sort of love relationship here that got messed up, and for some of you it could have got messed up because of you, okay? For others of you, this has to do, you know, you could have somebody come back around that wants to re-spark a flame with you, but that person may have double-crossed you in the past, you know, or you may have, you know, a hard time trusting this individual because of some things that happened here, okay? Or for some of you, you may just be really contemplating whether you were foolish and really going over these things ad nauseum in the 12th house in a way that, you know, is really overwhelming, that you're seeking out some mentoring for in one sort or another. Some of you may. Or some realizations of some sort over this period are occurring for some of you at this time, I feel. Okay, I'm going to pull another deck just in case. Okay, give me this Two of Cups. Okay, on the Two of Cups, we get the Judgment, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Judgment. So for some of you over this period, you may exit this cave, all right, following what I discussed in the first line, okay, and the other themes I've discussed here, okay, to make a move towards somebody, to fix a relationship or have a passionate new beginning, apology, an offer of some sort, to try and rebalance or fix a relationship here of somewhat of significance, all right, that may be with a prior romantic interest here, or feel a calling to do so, okay? What is the Six of Cups here? On the Six of Cups, we got the Eight of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Three of Wands. For some of you, this could have to do with the Taurus. Again, we have this major aspect with Taurus, or somebody with significant Taurian placements, or this could have to do with a commitment in which you walked away from, okay, or possibility of a commitment that you walked away from, a soul tie here, all right, that's coming back up for wraps, or that you are entering or exiting, or really having like some cave-like introspection, deep 12th house thoughts, matters, and, you know, could be somewhat of obsession, you know, with here at this time, okay, because I have a King of Pentacles up here and I have a King of Pentacles right here. On this Five of Cups, I have the Chariot, the Five of Cups, and the Nine of Swords, all right, and the Five of Cups is indicative of prior towers, as well as loss of one kind or another here. And here with the Chariot, the Five of Cups, and I shouldn't have pulled another one, but I got the Nine of Swords. It's like mourning and extreme anxiety here about a move away from something, okay, that's going on here that may come up for you guys. I've told you the various ways it can play out, but I see a lot of inner anxiety here. All right, maybe an attempt to reconcile, or just really crying over spilt milk, okay, but desiring to reach out, whether some of you do or not, to try and restart a relationship of significance here for you. That's, you know, going to be a personal choice, all right, and decision depending on your own chart and what's going on here. On this King of Pentacles, I have, this is good, on this King of Pentacles, I like this, the Temperance, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles, all right, and with this King of Pentacles up here, I had the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Swords, you know, and this love that was kind of cut off, and like this desire to go back or fix some things or something. But here in the second line following this, call to judgment, and this, I do feel like there's going to be some healing here surrounding you or another King of Pentacles like figure. Sometimes that's just my sign for a domesticated partnership, or someone you deem you would want a domesticated partnership with. King of Pentacles is very loyal, okay, likes to settle down, likes to have a home, typically is good, you know, with money, and a very good provider. I have it here with Temperance, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. So I do see a massive transition and change here on the family front, okay, due to your actions, okay, here Capricorn. With Temperance, again, you know, there's Sagittarian cusp or Sagittarius placements is indicated here as also popping off. Temperance mixes a new Ace of Cups. It's also about change, the new blend, the new alchemy, okay? This can be among family, the way it's popping up here with the Ace of Swords, Truth, and the Ten of Pentacles. So I do feel like there is some sort of attempted reconciliation, or really coming at your family relationships from a much more truthful heart space to, you know, have the love and the changes that you want, but also be real with those around you, okay? And clear up any lying and deception or past misdealings here from the past, okay? See that as a definitive desire and a possibility in which you can actually effectuate some good change here, Capricorn. All right, whichever way it goes for you, I see it as beneficial here. I see a good transition here on a soul level with a lot of major arcana. Mourning, depression, anxiety, walkaways, you know, walkaways are indicated, as well as decisions in regards to love that did not work out the way you wanted them to in one way or another, or where there was interference, even if it was on your end in one way or another, right? As well as like soul growth change in regards to those, and that like permeates out into the relationships you have with those closest to you at this time. Take it as it resonates. What is this Seven of Cups down here? On this Seven of Cups, I see, like, again, with this transition, and I do feel like this is a lot of soul growth here. I see a desire to really work at a relationship, at rebuilding some wealth, and doing some things, all right? And you may be weighing up your options with a significant partner on how to join households, or increase your wealth, blend your families, things of this sort may actually be going on right now over this transit, okay, which I said could happen anyway with the way I described Venus's transit and the other house placements that it pops off for you, and I actually see it occurring here for you. So I love that for the Capricorns that this is resonating with, okay? You all have free will, all right? This is just a possible future for those of you that this is resonating with, that tap into these lessons. I do see huge growth here, as well as new possibilities and new commitments, as well as inward and outer growth here that are pretty pretty powerful. Okay, but I do have the Seven of Swords here appearing right after that, and then the High Priestess, all right, and then the Page of Cups. So let's see what this is about. Why is the Seven of Swords appearing here? For those of you that, again here, the Lovers popping up here is at the bottom, all right? And my deck is upside down, so I'm going to turn it around. But on the Seven of Swords, I got the Four of Cups. Okay, that's, you know, could be prior lying, stealing, cheating, deception, okay? You may feel under judgment and a lot of anxiety about these things, you know, coming to the surface now, or may come to the surface now. And they call to be healed, okay, by you, so that they're not healed karmically, all right, by the laws of karma or the laws of Jove here, all right, for those of you that step into this space, okay. I do see, you know, some of you may be rejecting someone for someone else. Some of you just may be really stressed out about how to make moves here that are wise, that don't upset the immediate structures in your lives, and some big changes will upset structures in your lives, okay? But I'm going to pull some more on that in a second. Hold on. Give me this High Priestess. I want to know. This is Piscean energy showing up here. On this High Priestess, we have a Ten of Pentacles, an Eight of Cups, and an Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There may, again, still be some inward pain and intuition pop-offs about losses in regards to family wealth, or walking away from family, or a new beginning in family, that you're very much tapping into your intuition here, okay? It ends here with a Page of Cups, which, you know, is a very, hang on, let me see what this is. What is this Page of Cups? You started out here with the Lovers, and you're ending over here with the Lovers. On this Page of Cups, I have the Mother of Cups and the Lovers. Give me one more. And the Six of Cups. For some of you, I see like a lot of anxiety about your personal relationships, maybe your family relationships, maybe divorce, loss, changes in family relationships, reinstituting or coming back or healing things in relationships, okay? But what and how this plays out is a little bit different for all of you. But again, here there's a honing and a re-going over things of the past that are necessary here to heal if you really want a certain relationship in your life. For some of you, this is going to be, okay? And for some of you, I see it coming into being. Okay, and for others of you, I see you taking a leap despite prior pain and loss in love, family, or relationships, taking a leap with somebody new here. Page of Cups, Mother of Cups, that's the Lovers, and the Six of Cups. With some sort of new, it could be a new soulmate or an old soulmate here coming back into the mix, or real healing here going on with somebody that you deeply admire, have a lot of love for as well, okay? That you make a major decision, or a decision to go forth and go after here, all right? And for some of you, that may have been somebody you previously walked away from. Give me this Nine of Swords here. Again, on this Seven of Swords that I got right after these options here, okay? And I asked on this Nine of Swords, I got the World, okay, which is a cycle, chapter closing, ending, okay? On this anxiety, okay, with this Five of Cups, that is the mourning that was popping over here as well, okay? And the Ace of Wands, that's a passionate new beginning. So you may feel a lot of anxiety about whether you can have this new beginning and how you will be doing it, okay? Or over prior losses. Give me this Four of Cups here. On the Four of Cups, I get the Eight of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Mother of Swords. Okay, so here, you know, to go after the new things that you want, okay, you may have to be firm and, you know, assertive with your own family, okay, so that they know their boundaries of where they can step and where they can't in regards to the new things that you're forming in your life, okay, whether they be love relationships or your own independence or whatever they may be. There may be a need here. You know, there could be like feelings of being cut off from prior commitments that were important to you, or friendships here, okay, but a need to you know, speak you know, in an assertive manner here, okay, to make your boundaries and free yourself from your own feelings of bondage or bondage that other people have placed on you, saying, no, you have to do this and you can't go do this now, or something of this sort here. Okay, give me this Judgment. All right, for others of you, you may, like I said before, be very reflective upon, I knew a tower was going to pop. It's popped in every one of these. On this Judgment, I get the Seven of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Tower. So again, some of you are facing an internal struggle or judgment about your own independence here, okay? And you maybe feel blocked away from your own independence here due to prior Tower moments, or that will create a Tower moment for you to chase your own independence and be assertive here in your own life. But the thing here is showing is that you are desiring to form new positive relationships in your life, and you're desiring for change and new beginning, and or others are bringing it to your front door here. And it is here whether you like it or not, okay? And, you know, there might be, you know, you are saying goodbye to these old things to welcome in new things here. And for some of you, this may have been something that you previously rejected or turned away, or something that you have to walk away from to take a new beginning. And I do, sorry about that. Capricorn, I don't know exactly where I lost you. Because I was looking down and interpreting and didn't look up, but I think that you got to the end here where you had this Mother of Cups on the Page of Cups with the Lovers, the Six of Cups, this, and then I asked on the Lovers, and I got Strength, the Son of Wands, and the Son of Pentacles, which are both the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles here. Okay, so I do feel like there is a decision to go after a love relationship here that makes you feel very, very nostalgic and happy, all right, but that there is a decision here to go after this love relationship. And I do feel for some of you, I'm just going to say the way I see this playing out, for some of you there could have been a pregnancy here in the beginning. For some of you that was unexpected or unwanted in one regards or another here, okay, where you guys had to make a decision whether to get hitched or not, or to just have a child, okay? This may have been an unexpected pregnancy here for you, okay? And you may have experienced some endings as well as some beginnings here. All right, that are like transitioning over this time. Take it as it resonates. I only see this for a small portion of you, okay? But I do see that that is a possibility for a small portion of you, okay? And for those of you that does play out with, there looks to be a theme that some of you may not want to be in that relationship, okay? Even though you've had a child, okay? Here, okay? And there may have been some deception or something here revolving around that pregnancy, fertility, or something here. And this has popped up in some other readings the past few months on Capricorn previously, all right? And for a small portion of you, I do see that here, that this could play out that way. It's like an ending as soon as there's a beginning here with the Fool and then the Ten of Swords. And I do have some symbology here of a couple with one bent out of shape, awaiting possibly for a baby to be born, and then a baby being born, and then it's like a walk away turns into a not walk away because of a child, regardless of the issues that are, you know, wrong in the relationship or just not working, all right? And then there's like this mourning and this like switch here, okay? And for some of you it could be, you know, a breakup after the birth of a child. For some of you it could be. Okay, for others of you, I see it as a previous walk away and mistakes, all right, made in prior relationships that you're really going into an internal introspection over and soul growth change to fix relationships and family relationships in your lives, okay, and to fix things that you're mourning about and new changes that you want to go after here. And I do see that happening here in a full transition over the course of this, okay, for some of you. So, I see it as all beautiful, all right, Capricorn, okay, regardless of which line, of which story that you fall under here, all right, please let me, you know, I see about 2 to 3 main themes here, and I've tried to touch on all of them, so I don't leave you guys out in some other themes that I see here that of how it could play, because I'm reading for thousands of you. But let me know how it goes. I will be, let me pull on this. I will be thinking of you guys, as well as all the zodiac signs, because this is just going to be a very interesting transit, okay? I wish you guys the best. This looks absolutely beautiful and ends beautifully. you know, hold on, let me just pull for you. Let's pull on this. I'm going to pull a different deck to do it. Give me this Elizabeth the First. On this Elizabeth the First, I see the, I get the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. So this person may be independent, or this may be you. You know, especially if you've had to assert your own independence, okay, and walk away from a marriage or something else, okay. Additionally, for others of you, this could be a mother-like figure around you that left your father, okay, or left somebody else's dad, okay, your in-laws' father or something. That's a very independent woman now, okay. With the Queen of Swords, you know, indicating, you know, especially with this Elizabeth the First here, I do see like a divorcee or a spinster here of some sort or another that might be older, you know, here, popping up here. And for some of you, this, you could identify as this woman, okay, especially if you are a divorcee and or, you know, and have your independence. For others of you, you could have another woman around you that's a grandmother or aunt or some sort of this stead that you confide in about your relationships that's kind of giving you this advice. Take it as it resonates. Give me this Sappho here. On this Sappho is interesting. We get the Five of Pentacles, the Moon, and Temperance. And again, I told you that for some of you, I see this playing out as there may have been somebody, for some of you that are younger or have had a pregnancy or have gotten married and or had a child and felt strapped to a relationship because of a pregnancy or birth within the past year. I see that appearing here for some of you, for, you know, and it's appeared before, okay? As well as fertility issues of one sort or another. On this Sappho, I pulled the Five of Pentacles, the Moon, and Temperance. For some of you, you could have felt cut off from another potential relationship in your life due to an unplanned or unexpected pregnancy of some sort, okay, or other deception involving pregnancy or children here of some sort or another here playing out, okay? And this particular person may be somebody that you cut off, or you may identify as this person and you may be the one that got cut off here, okay, with the Five of, here we go. No, it's actually the Five of Wands. So there may be a lot of feelings of competitiveness. It's not that, sorry, all right, and or jealousy going on surrounding this figure around this time, okay. Here with the Moon and Temperance, all right, again, that's Pisces, Cancer, and Sagittarius Arcana, major arcana, okay. This person may have Pisces and or Sagittarius, okay. There may be a lot of competition surrounding this person, or you feel like a lot of people are after this person. For some of you it could be, or you could be this person. Take it as it resonates, okay. Okay, but I do show it here with, this may be somebody that you had to, Five of Swords is popping out. Yeah, this may be somebody that you had to, that you kept secrets from, or you tempered yourself away from, especially if it was due to a breakup, whether this is a, you know, or you may be this person, okay? Take it as it resonates, because for some of you, I do see that like possibly an unplanned, unexpected pregnancy, or a pregnancy, whether you were married or not, extended a relationship where there was problems and possibly cut off another relationship that was a possibility for you in one manner or another here. For some of you, I see that, okay? For others of you, I've been real specific about the way I see this played out. All right, give me this Albert Einstein down here. On this Albert Einstein, we're pulling with two sevens, okay? And there's sevens that have popped up on other things here, okay? And we have the Knight of Cups, with the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands. So it's like there may be somebody that's like extremely smart, okay, and sharp around you, okay, that is like presenting a mirror of one way or another that has taught you something about romance or something about this entire experience of what I've gone through here and what I've gone over that's popping up here may have taught you something on an inward level about romance, as well as the other ways that you block yourself off from true love opportunities or close yourself up and away from it. Okay, dealing with the ways that you lie and deceive or cheat yourself. For some of you, I see that popping up here. Okay, all right, give me this Oscar Wilde. For some of you on this Oscar Wilde, I get the Nine of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. So I do feel like for some of you there is like I said about this temptation, I can resist everything except temptation. Hearts are made to be broken and true friends stab you in the front. I feel like, you know, for some of you, you have been stabbed in the back, okay? Or you feel like you've been stabbed in the back, okay? Or for others of you, you may have stabbed somebody in the back, all right? Again, it may involve passion, temptation, the ways I've said it play out, okay? I see a lot of anxiety and a lot of feeling trapped because of this here with the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. But I also see a desire to move away or break away from that kind of mentality here with the Six of Swords, which is good. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, this is an internal struggle, okay, of one kind or another. And for others of you, it may be trying to break away from a person like this in your life, okay? Okay, what did I want to pull on here? Oh, why is the moon here? On the moon, wow, holy shit. On the moon on this Sappho, which I told you, I already explained that on that Venusian goddess, okay? Under the moon, I asked for clarity on the moon, and I got the stars, the devil, and the Ace of Swords. For those of you that are born by the Capricorn Aquarius line, there may be an individual like this that you have a lot of secrets in regards to, or there needs to be a lot of healing from. You know, there could be something secret here revolving around the truth that was hidden from this person or that you have hidden from others regarding emotions or whatever. And I have Aquarian energy as well as Capricorn energy here popping up. Major Arcana, the devil and the stars with the Ace of Swords. Some really heavy shit there, okay? Why is Temperance here? There's a secret truth involving this person or archetype in your life, whether this is something that's coming up for you or this is identified as an actual person here, all right? What is this Temperance? Or you may be waiting to bring this person some sort of truth. Oh, God. On the Temperance, I get the Empress, the Eight of Wands, and the Two of Swords. So again, I feel like some of you have tempered yourself away from this person, even though you may have a deep well of emotions for this person and actual love for this person. This person may be an Empress to you, okay? On Temperance, I'm pulling the Empress, the Eight of Wands, and the Two of Swords. You may be tempering yourself from communication with this person in regards to secrets of some sort or another, and waiting until later to have communication and or movement with this person and feel stuck at a crossroads over it, or you were in the past. Take it as it resonates, okay? You know, and if you are, you could be this person. If you do play out in this other, you know, storyline that you may be waiting to make a move due to the birth of a child or a young child or something of this sort. Okay, and going to an advisor that's representative of this Elizabeth figure here, you know, and also be facing a lot of internal realizations here. Okay, this is a heavy one. I wish the best for you guys. I see it playing out well for you guys in the end. Like I said, there's a lot of beneficial trines, okay, to the earth signs, which can be very, very stabilizing. So I do see this change overall, even though it may cause some structures to fall, being stabilizing and people going for, you know, true node future path here, which can, you know, be stabilizing, even though it may be a little unsettling in the beginning. All right, Capricorn, let me know how it goes.